Hello, everybody. How's it going? What is up? We are back with another episode of Fire in the Playhouse. This is your boy Cash.
And this is MT. Why does it feel like you're dragging? Like you're tired. You're tired.
I'm not tired.
Yes, you are.
I'm good right now, bro.
I'm telling you, you're tired.
Okay, fuck you. I'm doing my body. Don't fucking fuck you. All right.
Cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's run it.
How was your week?
Round two.
Round two.
All right. For those of you who don't know, happy Ramadan. We finally started. And I have a field day with MT over here because he can't curse at me for a whole month. So I'm going out all the way. I'm cursing left and right and he can't say jack shit to me.
You can see what I have to deal with. This is my support as a friend through Ramadan.
I'm such a great angel. Yeah, you give me shit all the time. So it evens out. Anyway, how was your week, sir?
I just started Ramadan.
Okay.
It feels weird because I already talked about it. Yeah. Okay, so I started Ramadan on the 10th. And
because some people start on 12th, some start on 10th.
There's always a debate always a debate between when Ramadan starts, and usually it's like a couple days in between. Some people saying, oh, it starts at the 10th. Somebody talking about no, it'll start the 11th or the 12th. It doesn't really matter. I started at the 10th, and yeah, that's what I got for Ramadan.
How about that tasbih you have in your hand?
Oh yeah, I also got a
or sobha. Sorry, we say tasbih. You say whatever you said. Sobha.
Let's say tasbih.
Tasbih.
Okay, tasbih. Yeah. I got a tasbih, and what that means, it's 72 beats on a string, and we use it to atone for atonement. If we do something wrong, we say astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
That's one of the many things you can say. Yeah, you can say A'udhu Billah, Ya Allah.
Yeah, you can say all whatever.
I'm calm.
Yeah, you can add that. You can say I'm calm. You can use it for yoga.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
meditation.
Meditation. Yeah, you can use that in meditation. I wonder if they have a special name or have a specific name here.
Do they have something like that for yoga or?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they do.
I've seen you've seen Buddha like with doing this, and they got the beads,
right, huh?
or they wear it on their
there's a
around their necks.
But I feel like those are made out of rock.
It doesn't matter. The idea itself.
To be honest, some of those are made out of rock too. You can find the one that actually I had was made out of rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
The one
that fell apart because I went over a bump and a bud from Iran.
Dude, you have to be driving so fast.
No, I wasn't dropping so fast. It was just too heavy on that. The straw was too thin for those heavy ass beats. So it broke. And it broke my heart too. And also that didn't have 72 beats because the beats were too big. It was less than 72, but dude, it was like gorgeous. It was really good looking, gorgeous one.
Yeah.
I still have it. I just have to put it together, but
I have some retorts, but I can't tell you right now.
I'm so happy. Fuck you. Keep it inside of you.
Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, 72 of them. 72 of them, motherfucker. So
Astaghfirullah. Okay, that's one. Another part is the CT job.
Fuck CT.
Yeah, astaghfirullah. I don't want to say I don't want to agree.
No, fuck them, bro. They wasted my time and yours. Fucking motherfuckers.
I had yesterday, the day before yesterday, I contacted HR manager and I was like, hey, so my recruiter is not getting back to me and so forth. It's been 3 weeks and I was supposed to just update my reference and she would get back to me, and I texted her and called and so forth. Can you tell me what's going on? Could you get me in contact with her? And she said, okay, I'll contact you. That was a day later. So the day before yesterday, 3 days later, she texted me. She said, hey, do you mind if I call you? I said, yeah, no problem. So she called me and then it says, listen, I can set an appointment with her if you like, and you guys get to discuss that. I was like, okay, sure. I just want an answer. She was like, yeah, she would talk with you and all of that. She's the recruiter. So I was like, okay, we had it until 12. And a long story short is she called me. Our appointment is supposed to be at 12, but she contacted me 12:15, I believe. That was already a bad sign. Anyways, a long story short is she contacted me and she didn't really say anything much. She just said, I can't accept the references. Not because they were bad. It's because one of them one of the references, and by the way, only needed one. They only needed two. One of the references that we agreed upon prior in our first assessment of the references. She said, okay, she looked at my job references, my jobs, my resume, and said, okay, we can get one from this. If you can get one from this job, which was UPS and Amazon, then we can move you forward. I was like, great, we could do it. And Cash here set me up with references. I tried to contact my previous jobs and I couldn't get in contact with them. Mostly because I don't remember the names of the people who I actually worked with. They were years ago. Anyways, a long story short is, once she told me that, I was like, okay, thank you, and then bye. I didn't want to discuss it. I didn't feel I was appreciated, man. And I didn't even get in a job. It was already like this. Imagine when I start. That was the end of that debacle. And I know you're invested into this as much as I am, if not more. The references came essentially from you.
Fucking nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with them.
Josue. I don't know. I always get his name wrong. He was such a good guy, man. He was such a help to me. I talked to him yesterday. I texted him. I said, listen, man, so this is what happened. I just want to thank you for everything you've done and so forth. I just wanted to thank the dude because he went out of his way. He texted me from time to time asking me if the process is going and how is it going. And I give him updates. And so I just gave him updates. Just thanked him. I told him about the whole thing. He went out of his way. He said, can I call you? Yesterday. I was like, yeah, sure. I was waiting for an order. I got nothing. I got nothing, man.
Sitting on your ass, yeah.
Yeah. And he called me and said, hey, listen, man, I just want to know exactly what happened so I have somebody in the company that I can talk to and see if we can resolve that issue because it doesn't make sense. What's happening to you doesn't add up. I said, yeah, sure. So I told him about what I just talked about. And he said, okay, that sounds very messed up. So let me contact this person having a company and see if we can do something about it. It's like, sure, thank you. So he contacted the same person I've contacted prior to our appointment, the head of HR, that set me with a recruiter. And I figured this out, but she emailed them saying I can't divulge any information regarding the hiring process of. And he just sent me the emails like, this is what I got. And I told, man, I kind of figured it wouldn't make sense for them to. I can understand if you were to talk. It's like, hey, I have a friend, but there's something that's not going, it's not working. Could you tell me like what is happening exactly? So maybe we can fix it up or we can help him out. But it was clearly a rejection of even trying to loosen the whole process. Anyway, I'm not really torn about the whole thing. The only thing that I would say really bothered me is that I saw the signs of the whole thing and I just didn't want to accept them because there was...
That's not you didn't expect to accept them. You stayed hopeful and positive.
See, yes, to that...
It can be the worst signs, but as long as they haven't give you the no, it doesn't mean it's a no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I look at it is that there's no jobs. And no job in my experience. And I've been working since I turned 18, and I worked way prior to that. When I was 8, I started working. Okay, yeah, not in America, 12, yeah. But when I came here, I started working in America. I started working when I was 18. I turned 18, and you know this because remember we used to go to Fred Meyer's, and you know this. I was in high school looking for jobs, and right after I turned 18, I got a job like immediately. And it never in my entire career, and I had many jobs. Never in my entire career, a job took more than 2 weeks. Never. In my entire life, in my entire work history, right. Never have I heard of a job takes that long. So when it took 2 months, I was like, okay, something is just wrong. Now, I understand from time to time something like that happens, but you can tell the signs if something is just not going to work out. Because if they need you, they're not going to put you on the back line, man. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's the...
fuck them.
That's
fuck the wasting my time.
That's the long and the short story of everything. By the way, I did ask you, and I did ask Josue.
JJ.
Josue.
JJ.
Okay. Both of you are invited for dinner. Once you come back, ideally from your long trip.
I think we should wait until Ramadan is over.
It's dinner, so it's going to be for both.
Actually, yeah, because the sunset's going to get sooner and sooner, right?
Yeah, it's going to be dinner for all of us. Yeah. I think that's the least I can do, to be honest with you.
You're fine. Just get a job first, and then you can take us out.
Yeah, once you come back from your trip,
and you get a job.
don't bother. Don't.
I do want to bother. Fuck you.
Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, I do what I want. You're my bitch this month.
God, give me patience. God, give me patience.
Oh, hey, that really reminds me of when you ask God patience, you think He's gonna give you patience. He's gonna give you opportunity to be patient. There's an opportunity for you to be patient.
Me practicing the patience.
Practice your patience,
this is
motherfucker.
practice time. Yeah, beside that, last week I started working on side hustle. I started exploring ideas. I set the time and date and all of that. So every week now, I just go look for ideas and note any notable ideas I can start with. So I saved a bunch of videos from YouTube. Anything that can get me as a side hustle, something I can spend about maybe 2 hours max a day, or an hour ideally. I can dedicate that much. I can squeeze something into, and I can work on as a side hustle. Yeah, so I started with that, and that's essentially my week. I went to see Rocky, and I went to see my family on Monday.
You met the bride?
Yeah, I did. It was awkward because she is older than me by 1 year.
Okay.
And we used to hang out together and all of that when I was a kid. Her brother and I went to the same school, same class. We sat together all our years as when I was growing up. And she was like an older sister to me. You got that?
Don't see if Sam shows up or not.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't so be good.
Yeah, so it was awkward in the beginning. But after that,
But it would be awkward though if you guys know each other.
Because I hate her family.
I love the guys straight out. Okay.
I no longer hate them. I just dislike them, and I don't want to do anything to do with them.
Yeah.
As much as possible. So I stay away from them. And she's here now, so I don't hate her, or I don't hate specific members of her family. I don't know, man. I can go on and on about that, but let's put a pin on that maybe for later. Never. Before never.
No, I'll take that pin out. Don't worry. I'll bring my notepad and be your therapist. Have you lay down on the couch? So how you really?
That would be great to have both of those. Yeah. And we just sit and then we switch around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll be each other unqualified therapists. We're gonna fuck each other's money even more. Gonna live with PTSD after every session.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I went there. I gave my little sister, her birthday was on the 28th of last month. I gave her my Quest. I didn't use it much, so I gifted it. I cleaned in whatever, and I gifted it. And we had a fun time when I went there. After we did iftar, we played Saber something. I forgot the name of that.
It's a game on the thing.
Yeah, on the Quest. It's a very popular game.
Oh, is this the one that is music and you do that thing?
Yeah. Saber.
Like swords or whatever. Swords.
Shoot, man.
Swords. How'd you say swords?
Yeah.
Swords.
Saber beams, I think.
Okay. I've seen videos. There's this chick that has her channel and she's hella good at it.
Yeah.
Like she plays hardcore songs and she gets every single one. I'm like,
it's amazing, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Amazing workout. My older brother,
workout, yeah.
So I went myself, my little sister just went in to try it, to play the game, and we slowly got hooked on it. And then my older brother did it. And man, I'm telling you, less than 2 minutes, the dude started to sweat. I swear to God, started to sweat. And yeah, eventually his wife got to try it too. It's a novel experience. And that was fun. We also played, there's another game where it's a shooting game, but you shoot against glass. Super Hot. It's called Super Hot.
Okay.
And it's really a fun game. It's very interactive. And it was really funny because you have to shoot your enemies, but you can also punch them, kick them. No, only punch them. You can punch them, slice them, and do all of that. So you have to move a lot. You can crawl down, you can sit down. And
do you run into the wall at all, or like to the glass at all?
Huh?
Can you run into the glass or to the wall? Is there that in the game or what?
Oh, you can move around. Is that what you mean?
No, like how do you break the glass? Do you just shoot at it?
Oh yeah. So everybody, even the character myself, is created out of glass. So if I just touch them, they break. And they will come at me like constantly, and I have to constantly shoot them. And so there's a different variation of how to kill them. One of them, you have like a superpowers where you hold your hands together and it shoots a tangling resonance that encapsulate their neck and it breaks them. But it only works like every minute. So you have to wait for a minute before
the neck.
Yeah.
Of who?
Of the enemy. So if I put my hands together.
I guess not. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a superpowers. I have superpowers.
Yeah.
Like I can punch them. I can throw things at them. Anything I have.
Your Sanda?
They don't have sandals. They don't have sandals. Yeah, so that's a game. It's really a fun game, and they have a different variation of how to destroy your enemies. And you can do like hardcore mode where they can come at you like speed wise. You have to shoot them and kill them as fast as possible. There's a time when you have to be accurate, trying to shoot them in the head. There's all different kind of things. Anyway, so yeah, we had fun playing with that. I stayed there until 10:30. I usually just leave in 2 hours later. But yeah, I got absorbed in the game. Anyways, that essentially all what happened to me last week, man. How was
Knowing me how fat I am, but a foodie, I am not fat. I'm very fucking fit. What did your mom make for dinner?
They didn't make much because they weren't fasting. The only people who were fasting was my mom and I.
But it was at nighttime, so did you guys not eat?
No, we did eat, but it wasn't as varied as it was just like rice and some rice. We got bread. I forgot salad. I forgot the name. Soup to break iftar. Do you guys do that too?
Iftar?
Yeah, after iftar, it's like you go for soup. You eat soup.
We do have different kind of soups. It depends. Some people eat actual food. Some people. So for us, the first option is you drink like black tea with bread, cream cheese, peanuts, or butter and honey, or something with bread and honey. But we open it usually with black tea. There's other ways. We have this thing called shola, which is a form of soup. We have this thing called ash, which is a form of soup, or this thing called halim, that they specifically come back during Ramadan time, and restaurants serve them during the iftar, and people go and line up to get them. You can start with that. You can start with black tea, and some people just plainly just cook and eat food. But for me, the way I grew up, for us, it would whether be the shola, or it would be the black iced tea, not iced tea, hot tea with bread, peanuts, and cream cheese. That was my favorite thing because that's what we eat for breakfast. So for breakfast every morning, our breakfast is not like, we do have cereal and stuff like that now. But growing up, for me, it was like sweet hot tea and with cream cheese, honey bread, like fish bread. That was me like eating that every day before going to school. So I grew up, even though if you come to my apartment right now, I have hot tea, like black tea, the Ahmad, it calls Ahmad, the famous ones. And then I have honey just because of that. Like I want to get back into that habit, but I haven't since, even though I have everything. When I was in high school in here, I used to do that. Like I used to have that for dinner. I would just come home, make myself a black tea and just eat that for dinner. But since it's been a long time since I've done that. So I want to get back to the hobby to do that because it's pretty bomb. I grew up with it, so my tastes are used to it. And if you find the right cream cheese and the pecan or walnuts and sweet that with honey, the tea with honey, it tastes fucking fire. Also, the other one that's shole or ash. Shole is my all-time favorite soup in my country. And my dad loves that. And lucky for me, because that's his favorite. So everywhere he would go, he would take me with him. Because there's these times, even during these months, that people just donate food. Not donate, they make food and you can line up to get it for everybody, no matter what. I don't know how you call it in English, but it's like they have big like pots and shit. And they make them all night and they do dua. You know what dua is? Yes. They dua and then they give it away to people like as if like they're feeding others because they say that obviously if you feed people during Ramadan, you get, I don't know how many times as much more, but you get more sawab for it. Like good things for your name. That's what sawab is basically. So a lot of people do that. Like a lot of my mom's uncles did that. A lot of my uncles like do that, or my dad's friends. So we were always all around getting all this stuff. And that was my favorite by mile, bro. Yeah, so beside the soup, do you guys eat anything else? Or is that when breaking iftar? Some people just cook. Yeah. But to break iftar, it's usually the soup or the tea. Right. At least for most of the people I know that I grew up around. And some people, as I said, they just make food. Simply, they just eat food. Yeah. But for us to break it, that's how we break it, starting out. Yeah. Here, both. Here, both? What do you mean? We used to, I don't like to drink tea before I eat, but I do go for the soup. Or I go for dates. Dates too, dates. I go for dates. That would be my break the iftar with dates. And then I pray. And then once finish praying, that's what I used to do. I do dates and then pray. And then I go back and eat. So I don't have to think about me. I have to do my prayer time. Ever since I came to the States,
we just break our fast with dates, and we just eat soup, and then after that we just
The normal food?
just food. Yeah.
Interesting.
And my mother would make all different kind of soup, all different kind of foods. Yeah, man, it's easy though. Like when it comes, at least in here, like it's very easy. Ever
What do
since
you
I've been
mean?
fasting, I have not been feeling like lightheaded or like hungry or thirsty or anything like that. Simply because it's not hot. It's cold.
Yeah, people that don't know, keep in mind every year it goes a 1 month back. So if last year it was like what?
No, I think few days.
No, it goes a month back. I thought.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think so, man.
I think it's a month
Huh?
because last year it was April. Remember?
Yeah,
And now
but
it's March, and
Yeah.
it's keep going back. So I feel like it's gonna get easier and easier for like next 6-7 years because
Yeah.
it's gonna go just 1 month back until it goes back to summer again. Because next year it's gonna get darker easier earlier. The year after that, you're basically gonna wake up in dark and go to work and come out it's dark already. Like what 8 a.m. is still dark, and then at 4 p.m. it gets dark in
Yeah.
winter time. So you're basically fasting for 7 hours. So it's gonna be even easier.
okay,
Or sorry, 8 hours.
that's weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll do some searching. Every month it goes back 1
I'm
month.
pretty sure if it's not 15 days, at least it's one month. Yeah, it goes.
I never
back.
had it in December.
You have. We just don't remember.
Hey,
Just don't remember. Yeah.
yeah. What happened to you though? Besides that Ramadan,
I don't really do Ramadan.
yeah.
I can. I just.
You
I
just
don't
don't
wanna.
want to.
I don't want to.
Okay, you don't want. Acceptable.
I have to drink water. I can't go a whole day without drinking water.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Ah, you can.
Fuck off. I said kiss my ass.
I insist that
I
you
can, but I don't want to.
It's just you don't want to.
Yeah, because I already don't not drink enough water during the day, and if I don't fucking,
No, you just don't want to.
I have my reasons, motherfucker.
I don't need your
I don't
reasons.
need your fucking. I don't
I'm
need your
just saying-
opinion. I don't care for your opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's a matter of fact.
I'm just saying I don't drink water during the day, and if I don't drink all day, I'm gonna have 1 cup of water a day.
You won't die, and
I
you'll
didn't
be
say
able
I'm
to.
gonna die. I just don't want to do that.
Yes, exactly. You just don't want to.
I said I don't want to 500 times by now. And
yeah, but you started giving excuses, and that's why
it's not an excuse.
It
I
is
just
an
don't
excuse
wanna-
if you say I can't drink only 1
That's
cup
how
of
you
water.
see it.
Blah. You just literally
That's how
said
you
it.
see it. And also, I told you I'm not a religious person.
It has
I grew up in a Muslim community, but I just believe in God. I don't know how I feel about religions. I'm not really for it
yes.
because I feel if
Yeah, but don't worry about religion. I'm not attacking your belief. I'm saying that if you want to fast, you can fast. It has nothing to do with your
I
cup
can
of water.
fast.
Okay, see,
But here's the thing, because for most days, you already know, I don't eat anything all day until like almost dinner time, except water or
Yes.
liquids, coffee. Some I have coffee
Yes.
too. So for most part, I don't eat anything.
You're
if I want to
already
do
fasting.
it, if I want to do it, I can do it.
Yes.
I know you're right.
Yes.
I'm not saying I just said I don't want to. So
You said I don't want to, and then you listed the reasons. You said because I need to drink water. If I don't drink water, I don't feel blah blah blah. And I said to you, no, let's stop there. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. and you
I said,
went
I
out.
don't wanna.
Yes, but that's
So you're gonna kiss my ass?
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah. Okay.
Astaghfirullah. Okay, so
Anyway, yeah. So I don't do Ramadan, but let's see what I did last week. Thursday, nothing. Friday, nothing. Saturday, I worked. I work on Friday too. I was sitting at home on Friday. I work from home on Friday. It was 3 p.m. And I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do if I don't work today? Like, why am I just gonna sit on my ass?
That's another
I'm a
question.
fucking workaholic, bro. I was like, if I don't go to work and I'm not gonna do anything, I'm gonna feel guilty. I'm just gonna go to work. I just went to work. I work all night.
Why not you start something? Why don't you just put that time into starting something?
I don't know, man. I do want to start, but I feel like, where am I gonna start from?
Doesn't matter. Just start somewhere. It doesn't matter what it is.
I'm like in the fucking point blank. I'm like a white dot in a black
Yeah.
page, or like, sorry, black dot in the white page. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Anywhere. But yeah, that's a great idea. I need to do that. So I went to work. Saturday I worked. And Sunday I went to the gym.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was
made
going to
my
talk to you.
return.
I wanted that.
Dude, you're not gonna believe if I tell you I'm still sore my hamstring.
Yeah.
I can't lift my arm more higher than this. To my shoulder lengths, that's it. I can't go. And it's only my hamstring. I work biceps and hamstring.
Yeah.
My biceps recover after a day.
Mm.
And these hamstrings been fucking... At work, my second job, I have to cut bread sometimes.
Yes.
And dude, I couldn't cut the bread because I would cramp. I would feel like I'm about to cramp up on my biceps. I think, and the bread is sometimes hard because it's sourdough. So when you want to cut, you have to go back and forth. And I'm like, bro. So I had to sometimes ask my coworker to cut the bread for me because I couldn't cut it. And I was like, okay, the first day, I know the first day is sore, but the second day is gonna be the worst day usually. And it was the worst day, but like, you know what? Last night I was like, tomorrow is the third day, so I'll be fine. But no. My muscles had other plans, so it's still sore, but I'm gonna try to start going now. I've been looking for a long time because I feel like the most important thing if you want to have a weight loss is your diet, right?
Yes.
80%, right? If not more. I've been
actually all of it. It's 100% your diet.
Yeah.
You go to workout. When you go workout, you shape your body.
Yeah. You tone it.
Yeah.
You lean it,
but if you actually want to decrease your weight, you just have to eat less.
Yeah, like calorie deficit, right?
Yeah.
So I've been looking because I like to cook. I don't mind cooking, but I feel like I was looking into meal prepping things. Like there's companies that have the subscription that they send you meals, right? So I was looking into those. I was like, should I give this a try for 5 days a week, or should I just? There is meat subscription boxes too. You can get meats and they come in subscription. So I'm just weighing my option. But the thing is, for meats you have to cook them, right? For the meals, you can get different meals, so it doesn't taste bland, just like the meat and veggies. But at the same time, I'm like, should I just do the meat and veggies and call it good and just eat like maybe one meal a day, like maybe I feel if I get 1,500 calories in me, which is, I think that's what my body requires to function properly, 1,500.
2,000. Based on your weight and height, I would say 2,000.
That's macros, right? But I'm
2,000 calories for your height and weight.
As long as
if you want to decrease,
I take 1,500 calories in. I feel like I should be fine. And the thing about
I will warn you now. It's extreme, and you shouldn't be doing it.
Okay,
1,500 is way too much.
It's way too low. That's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
What you need to do is first and foremost, you need to on every day, just your regular eating for a week. You need to track all your food before you cut anything. Be warned, I'm telling you now, before you do it, go for a week and simply record all the foods you eat on a daily basis. Only simply track them. Once you track, you will find on average how many calories you eat, and only from that, once you get that number, you take only 500 calories. You do not want to go beyond that. You don't want to go beyond that. You don't want to go for 800. You don't want to go for 1,000. You don't want to go whatever. You just take 500 calories off of that and just start with that. Believe me. You want to start with something like that. That's my best advice I can give you. If you go anything beyond that, believe me, you would just go back to the way you ate
relapse.
Before.
Yeah, you relapse. And so I was looking into the meals, and each one is like 500 calories, 600 max. I didn't even see any 600, so it's 500. 2 of those is 1,000 calories, right? So I have a meal left, which is a breakfast. So I'm like, maybe I should just need to do a protein shake for that and call it good. So I have a protein shake for breakfast, and then dinner and lunch, do that for 5 days a week. And the other 2, I just cook something, or I just get the more meals. And I was doing the cost. It's kind of, I'll be saving money actually doing this. But the thing is, I'm weighing my option, as I said, to see if I should do a meal subscription, because I love chicken and red meat. I love red meat. And I don't mind just cooking it by itself and eating it. But at the same time, I don't have variety, right? It's just like steak or chicken and veggies. With this one, you have variety. But the thing about this one is I don't know how they're cooking it. I don't know what kind of oil they're using, what kind of meat they're using, what kind of like carbs or whatever they use to cook this stuff. On the other hand, meat, I know it comes raw to me, so I can choose how to cook it, right? So these are all the options I'm weighing. I'm like, which one I should do, and I'm stuck. I don't know which one to go. Maybe I need to try both of them and see which one I like more. But I need to lose weight, and I'm getting serious about it because summer is coming. I don't want to go another summer with fucking not being. I'm not saying I don't like where I am right now. I'm saying I can be better.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed of my body. I don't give a fuck about what people...
I think you're looking at it wrongly. It feels like you're defending yourself or of your body.
No, the way I do it for more health. I feel like it's not healthy to be like this in the long term.
Yes.
So that's why I want to get healthy, get leaner.
And now the way I would think about it is that you got to understand, if you start to practice and start to reduce your weight and exercise, what's going to happen? A few things going to happen. One, you're going to feel super tired in the beginning. So imagine the first month, you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel tired than usual, And that's just normal because your body is going to rebuild itself to accommodate the stress you're putting it through. That's the first thing. The second thing that happened, your pool of energy is going to increase. And that's what you want. Sometimes you feel you're tired. I don't know what to do. How come I only do this and I'm only working, and there's no creative energy behind what you're doing, such as like Friday when you had nothing to do and you're like, I don't even know what to do, so I just go to work.
Yeah.
And these days, so what's going to happen, once you're increased, your mental energy will increase, your physical energy will increase, and that will give you those creative ideas. That doesn't mean you won't have days where you just can't think of something, but you will have these days where, due to that buildup, you're just going to be a different beast.
Yeah.
So that energy level, the mental and physical energy level is going to be higher than usual. So even if you don't do anything, you will feel you can do something.
Yeah.
So your mind would generate idea for you. But when you're on a low power mode, just like your phone, when you put on low power mode, what happens?
Save energy.
It saves energy. And have you noticed it lags?
Not really. I have not.
If you have multiple apps opened and they're heavy, it lags.
Okay. No, I haven't.
It convert and conserve energy as much as possible. So it shut down the apps or doesn't. They don't run in the background. Power saving.
Yeah, battery saver.
Battery saving. Power savings. That's what. At least that's what happens to my phone.
That's the thing.
That's the whole idea behind it. Is cut all unnecessary apps and only focus on whatever app you're on. Anything else, it just cuts it off. It doesn't give it more energy or calculation. So that's what happened. So imagine now you have like more energy. Your body doesn't shut down as much anymore. So you don't have these periods of time where you're like, I don't know what to do.
For the week or the months that body's gonna get weaker, as you said. If you do carnivore diet, I feel like your body would be less impacted like that because carnivores supposedly makes you more aggressive or gives you more energy. I don't know why. If you just have it, but yeah,
it gives you clarity because I've tested that before. I got only meat. Matter of fact, I didn't eat red meat before. I used to just do chicken and some fish. That was my source of protein.
You didn't like it. I remember in high school you didn't like beef.
I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't really think much about it. But I listened to a podcast and they were explaining if you want to increase your mental energy and you want that higher energy, what you need to do is you need to eat this. And they were explaining. Not only that, also cut fat. Natural fat. And they were like, no, you need to eat that natural fat. It's very important for your hormonal body. And I was like, okay, let me try that. And I tried it and my mental energy increased. I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I would find it very difficult trying to focus.
Yeah.
Very difficult. I just need to get out of bed first.
I know, that's the hardest part.
And once I switched that up, within about, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, I started to notice the difference because I write down every morning, I write down how I'm feeling.
Right.
And I have a rating from 1 to 10. And say, okay, 5 was like, I'm okay. That could be worse, but I'm okay. I can push through.
Yeah.
Anything beyond 5 is an improvement. And I saw an improvement to 6, 7. And I think you just stopped there at 7. I didn't see anything beyond that clarity. But it got me so much, that 7 was so much better. So every time I wake up and I have that clarity, simply by adding the red meat into my diet was more than enough. And ever since I've been eating red meat almost every day. Yeah, man, that's what I got from red meat. Maybe I
was watching this video last night, just pop up on my feed. I forgot, but this guy's pretty popular. Like he's a very conservative health activist. He's not a bodybuilder, but health activist. Like he was on Joe Rogan not too long ago, but his video just popped up out of nowhere on my reels, and he was talking about 30-30-30. You know what it is? Are
you talking about the nutrition and micronutrients? Protein, carbs, and...
No.
Okay.
So 30-30-30, the way he explained, he said, so have 30 grams of protein within the 30 minutes of the time you wake up in the morning, and do 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, which helps reduce your heart under 120 per minute, and just watch the weight fall off of you. I was like, what? Is that something... I don't know. It just been on my mind since last night. So 30 grams of protein within the 30 minutes of the time you wake up, and 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise that reduce your heartbeat under 120, which is basically stretching, doing light yoga, something like that, right?
But how does that decrease? It decreases?
I don't know. No, decrease under 120. How does that decrease?
If you move, it just increases your heart rate because...
Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it was increased, but maybe decreased. But he said, yeah, just watch the weight fall off of you. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But obviously, you can't just do that and eat a bunch of junk food during the day. Like maybe if you do that and watch your calories, doesn't matter what you eat, just watch your calories. That might actually work. So I'm like, and he's pretty educated about this. It's not like he's just pulling it out of his ass. So it's been on my mind since last night. I'm like, fuck, because I know that getting the protein in your body is pretty important. If you, let's say I'm like, I don't know, like 220, 230, right? And my goal weight is 190. So I have to eat 190 gram worth of protein every day.
Yes.
You eat based on your goal weight, not based on how much you weigh. For the longest time, I thought I have to eat 230 gram of protein, but that just helps you maintain the weight.
Yes.
And if you work out, that's perfect because you can put muscles on. But for me, I want to lose some. I want to be around 200, and then that's when I call it good, and I can build muscles, start like maintaining and building muscles. But since I don't work out a lot yet, I want to start with my diet, and hopefully that can help me lose some weight. And then I want to start going back to the gym. Like I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna try to stick it out at least 2 days a week for now, and see if I can push it out, and see what happens, man. Because yeah, as I said, I need to lose weight by summertime.
Yeah,
and I don't want to be too aggressive that I fucking starve myself, because then that's just gonna burn my muscles instead of my fat.
Right.
It's not gonna help anything. So I'm just been going through all this for the past 2 weeks. Just been like weighing my options and doing everything, see which one is the best to work with. Beside that, Monday worked, Tuesday worked, and today I'm here in your honored presence, sir, giving you all this shit.
I would say instead of working out, I would say your exercise, just go for a walk. You want to train your body to increase resistance, any resistance, but don't go for a workout, a gym or whatever. Did you sign up for a gym or was
I did.
You did? Yeah. My advice for you when it comes to that is simply go for a walk.
Yeah.
Just go for a walk. Try to do it every day. Go for 5 to 15 minutes. Start with something like that.
Inclined walking is really good for you.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
The idea is to create a habit of exercising. Don't use that exercise as something makes you stronger and you have to go through pain. No, exercise doesn't have to go through pain in order for you to get your goals. Just go for a walk is more than enough. You're creating the thinking habit that exercise is beneficial for my body. And you want to look at it from a long-term perspective and not a short-term perspective. It's something you want to do for the rest of your life. It's not something I want to do for that month so I can get my weight after that. No, because that's a short-term goal. And once you reach that goal, you would literally bounce back to your previous weight because you just achieved your goal. What are you going to do next? But if you change that habit into an identity kind of thing, where you say, okay, I just like to exercise. I love exercising. It doesn't matter what it is. I can be jumping jacks. I told you, like, there's days when I feel like I can't exercise. Yeah. And my exercise literally would be just doing jumping jacks. That's it. I have an app and I record it. So I make sure in that day I have done some kind of exercise.
Right.
That motivates me to consistently put that exercise in. Sometimes I don't even do jumping jacks. I just do yoga. 15 minutes. All I do is stretch. And all I do is stretch my body.
That too,
and literally within 15 minutes, I put 100 calories, somewhere between 50 to 100 calories within 20 minutes to 15 minutes. I don't really care about the calorie count and how much I'm actually dropping, but I like the consistency that I'm actually working out.
Yeah.
Any form don't matter. It could be walking, could be running, it could be jogging, it could be weightlifting. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have that consistency built into your mind, you no longer have to worry about if you're going to do lift heavy weights or not, because it just becomes a part of the process. So it becomes a part of your identity. So when I ask you, or somebody asks you, do you work out? You say, hell yeah, I do. I work out, man. But again, it has nothing to do with how much weight you lift. It's like how much you weigh, bro. Has nothing to do with that. Yeah. But it's the idea like, hey, I'm just going to work out. This is my exercise. I'm a person, I identify as a person who works out or exercise. Right. It becomes just like how I like to read. Just like how when I start reading, it was on and off process. It wasn't, and you know me from high school. I don't read, bro. I don't
hate reading. Yeah,
I hated reading. Yeah, but it was an on and off process until I got it into the idea. Actually, I was gonna gift you my book, my beloved book, Atomic Habits.
Okay,
I will give it to you. God, it reminds me when I when we leave.
I don't like reading books.
It's okay. Download the app and just copy and then just listen to it.
Okay.
But I will gift it to you anyways, since you're going on this. Whatever you want to do with it. You want to throw it away, whatever. But I would just give it to you as an encouragement.
Such a sweetheart. I would kiss you right now if I could.
Astaghfirullah.
The fuck? You be blessed, motherfucker. I'm Sayed.
You are.
I'm this serious. You know that. You know my full name, bro. You remember that.
I don't know what to say to that.
Remember when I told you first?
I don't know what to say
You were
to
like,
that.
no way. Let me see your fucking ID. And I had to show you my ID.
Yeah, man. So going back to that.
I'm blessed. It's a kiss from me. You would only have it in your dreams.
Okay, can we move on? Can you move on, please? Yes, you got a kiss from heaven. Yeah, so start with that, man, and within like maybe a couple months, you're already gorgeous. Look at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you talk. I was just saying that. Okay. I know I'm very handsome. I can't help it. Just born this way.
Yeah, that's the only thing that happened.
Yeah,
Till
bro.
last week?
I think the highlight of my last week was going to gym and getting one step closer to quitting my job. But I feel like each week, this next month, this next 30 days, 20 days, I just don't know where I am. So I'm in the air. I don't know my future. So it's pissing me off.
Yeah.
So I need to find it out and then we'll see what happens. So I can know what the fuck to plan if I'm going to be out of a job or not. And it sucks. I don't know.
I was thinking today as I was driving, a part of me started wondering, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you. I don't want to presume.
Yeah.
But do you set a day where you actually go through your professional skill and you say, this is my current value. Here's the current skills I have. What can I do to add more skills so I can be more valuable? Do you have a time where you actually study for skills and stuff? Or
when I apply, so I apply for jobs every day almost now, every weekday, not every day, or at least 3 times a week, right? And every time I go to apply for a job, I have to look at my resume. I'm like, why the fuck am I not getting the job? I have the fucking overqualification, but sometimes I don't have it. But the thing about those qualifications is that the only way I can earn them is just by experience. What I'm doing right now, I just need to do it for longer. They just need more years of that. You know what I mean? There is times that they require software experience, right? And I've done that for a couple of jobs. Like I've learned how to use a new software for that job, which I added to my resume. But I'm at the point that I'm like, if I don't have that experience, my skill don't matter for shit. Because everywhere that I apply, even some of them I'm overqualified, I still don't hear back. And I told you about this. I think that there's something going on with my resume. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. I'm just trying to figure it out. And it's pissing me off that I can't put my finger in it. Once I figure it out, maybe I can fucking just fix everything. But I don't know. As far as studying goes, no. I don't go out of my way to do that, no.
Yeah. Maybe that's a way to go. Try to see.
It's not going to make a difference. Because I know the experience.
So here's a quote. I will share this quote with you. We don't get paid for time. We get paid for the value we put in time.
Yeah.
So you are currently getting paid for the current value you provide the company. The more you put value into yourself, the more skills you have that the company can use on their end, the more valuable you become. To me, if we go by this logic, even to me, like I'm doing Uber right now. Uber pays me like nothing. Why? Because I'm not valuable. There's many people who can do the job I do. There's nothing special about me when it comes to that kind of jobs. Doesn't matter experience. You just pick up food and it's like anybody can do it. But if I was working, let's say in your company and at your job, I would ask myself, what kind of value I can add right now that when the company looks at me, they say he's valuable enough that we can use him or we can give him a raise and give him a permanent job. And you got to understand this value you add, it can work in all fields. Not just only this job, in your career-wise. So that's the question I would ask. That's a question I will take if I want to add more skills or not. Could you provide another skill that the company may want or something you can learn right now?
In the company that I work, I have over skills. I've been in more departments than almost everybody worked there.
It's not about the time. It's not about the time.
No, department. I'm talking about knowing the department, knowing the softwares and knowing the process. So I'm overqualified for some of the jobs that I apply within the company. But sure, some of them require more experience, which I don't have. and that's where ass kissing come in. And I'm not an ass kisser. The way I fucking show off is by overworking everybody, and I do that. Like, to the jobs that I know, sure, there's my senior people that in my team, like, they know more about the jobs, but the jobs that we both know how to do, I'm faster at it.
Okay, so that's efficiency wise. You're faster at it. You got the skills that they currently want.
I make sure my own specific shortcuts to the process I do is not written. So
what I'm saying is that the company has to have some kind of need. A company of that size have to have some kind of need because they're always hiring. One form or another, they're hiring for something. If I were to look at it, I would go and ask. I'm saying this because I look at it from an outside kind of point of view where I would go, since you don't really care about the outcome of the company, I would just risk me asking, hey, listen, if you were to rehire me, what kind of skill would you be looking for that you would need in a company? You just ask whoever there, the HR or whoever hires or in the company, or simply do a Google search.
It's not one person though, it's a team.
You go to this team and try and find like what kind. And you're not losing anything per se because you're not, as you were saying, you don't see that happening for you in the foreseeable future to continue with the company. So I would just go and ask. They got to have something there. And even if they don't hire you, they will give you kind of an insider information of what they'd be looking for. And you can use that insider information to go for a different company, add whatever they want into your resume, and then work on a skill to add that value into yourself. You know what I mean? Maybe it has nothing to do with advertisement. Let's say just an example. Let's say it has nothing to do with advertisement, but you can work on learning advertisement. Maybe it currently has nothing to do with your job, but if you want to get another job that's similar to your job, and they say, you know what, advertisement. If you have some kind of not experience but knowledge per se, because you can make that experience. You can lie about it and say, oh, I worked in the department of that. You can, you just add it as a sub thing out of all your experiences. But they have to have something like that, man. They have to have some kind of skill that they want. Sometimes,
I've looked for ways, but I can't find it. And I feel like it's getting just a repetitive process that we go back and forth, and that's not worth my time. And there's only so much I can do. If it's not there, it's not there.
What is the next job you'll be looking for that can give you what you want?
I applied for it a couple days ago. Yeah, it's like HR position.
Okay, HR position. What kind of skills do they need in order for them? What skills do you think they would get you above the rest that would immediately hire you? That's a question you could ask. If that it gives you a heads up to those people who come in and they're like, we got X amount of years, we blah blah blah. They could be the same as you. How do you differentiate yourself?
I already know the process because I work with the software that the company uses, and not only that, I've worked in different departments. Yeah. So I have the knowledge of how recruiting, how benefits, how retirement works, compared to somebody that just come in and doesn't know any of those processes about the company. But
these things can be teachable, just like
everything
how they taught.
So everything else can be teachable.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. What is a valuable skill you can learn, you add up that you can blow the rest out of the water? There's got to be a skill. Yeah. A skill you can learn within I don't know how long. Yeah. That they want. They don't care because they can teach that within a couple of weeks, whatever you're doing. Yeah. So you think about that, ask them questions, and get the information from them.
Efficiency. That separates it.
Let's do part of our thing we want to do is ask questions. We want to add that. And we've done it before. Uncomfortable questions. Yeah. Maybe uncomfortable. I should like maybe hard questions. I don't know.
Maybe uncomfortable, maybe hard.
Okay, you got a question and I got a question.
Mine is not uncomfortable or hard.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, maybe...
You can ask me though. I love this kind of question. That keeps me on my toes.
Okay, so I have two questions, but one of them is kind of dark. Stupid? Not stupid, dark. Okay. We'll talk about it later, but I'll go with...
So you're going to ask it?
I'm talking about... there's another one. Let's just say... Okay, so...
Ask whichever you want.
Okay, so the question is, if you were presented the option or the opportunity to either go back 5 years into the past or see 5 years into the future, which do you choose and why?
5 years into the future. Yes. But I will come back to present time, right?
Yes. Okay. You get to see 5 years into the future. Exactly. And then,
5 years into the future. Because you can prevent the past, but you can prevent the future. I would rather know okay, here's the example.
No, okay. Let me ask the question again, okay? I think if you were presented the opportunity to either go back 5 years into the past or see 5 years into the future, which do you choose? So it's either you go back into the past, like you go back 5 years into the past, or in your present, get to see 5 years into the future. So see things happen before they happen, and you know exactly what's going to happen.
5 years into the future.
Okay, so you would choose 5 years into the future.
Hands down, all the time.
Okay,
yeah.
But remember, you can choose the past, and then you can change the past.
Oh no, so you can change the future.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do that.
You do the future.
You can go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I change the future for the next 5 years, which I am right now, but I don't know what happened in the future, but I can lose everything.
Yeah.
But if I know what happens in the future, I can just prevent everything from right now, and I can make that money or whatever, emotional health or whatever else I need to take care of.
Okay. What about your question?
See how fucked we are in 5 years. It wasn't really hard or anything. Mine was just like, I wanted to talk about more about, in your own opinion, that like, why do you think, since we talked about religion earlier, this is one of them, why do you think if people believe in God, which we do, the same God for most part, like as far as Muslim, Christians, and like people like that kind of religion, so why do they bash on each other? But like, why do they say my religion is better than your, my religion is better than you? If we both worship the same God, isn't supposed to be the main purpose that we all appreciate and be like support each other? No matter our faith, because we all believe in the same God. So why do the religions have to say, be like, we don't believe in your religion because that's not a religion, or we don't believe in your religion, or it's not like we have the superior religion? Like, why does it have to be that way?
If I understand your question correctly, is why do religions diss each other? Yes. Why do they do that?
Just your personal opinion. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be logical.
I'm just trying to think about it from my point of view. Why would I think that? That's gonna take me a second. But if I were to, out of my mind right now, out of top of my mind, I would say self-interest.
In what way?
It's self-interest. It has nothing to do with the religion itself. It has to do with the people that, I wouldn't say control, but shepherd the religion. The self-interest. Let me go a little bit deeper into that.
So in that way, sheep would be people and shepherd would be the priests or holy imams or whatever.
Right. Okay. It'd be their self-interest. If one, imagine right now, you currently have a company of your own. There's actually, I wonder if you will understand from this example, there's this Chinese proverb where it says, I'd rather be a chicken than a tail of a dragon.
Okay.
What that means is, if you're a chicken, you get to control yourself. It doesn't matter how small you are. You have your own choices. You get to make your own choices. But if you are a tail of a dragon, it doesn't matter how glamorous the dragon is. You have no self-awareness.
You're always controlled by higher.
So the idea of self-interest is that if religion, this is only one aspect of it, but if you have a group of people, and let's say you have imam there, and that imam already have a control over these groups to a certain degree, influence, not control, but influence over these people. And imagine another religion would come into the play. You both serve the same God, okay? It's like having another Chinese proverb for that one. It would be, no two tigers get to live on the same mountain. No two tigers get to live on the same mountain. I think that's what it is. It's that due to their influence, you have a higher power, people look up to you. All of a sudden, you have another person that claiming the same thing. I am this and I am that, blah, blah, blah. Out of your self-interest, one of you is going to be on the top. One of you has got to be correct.
Dominate.
It's an ego thing. It has nothing to do with religion per se. It's an ego thing between people. Now, obviously, not everybody are like that, but it gets, whenever they get close, it's the same thing. We do better things than you do, and then maybe it starts small usually, but and then slowly escalates, and they start to measure length of their religion against one another.
Right.
That's what I think. But as I said, this is just one aspect of it. It's just a process, just like how wars currently going on around the world. It's just because of conflict of interest. It has nothing to do with the religion itself regarding God and all of that. No, it had nothing with that at all. It has to do with people who want to stay in power under that illumination. In order for them to stay in power, they have to knock someone off just to hold on to that. Matter of fact, you see it often, even in ourselves. If let's say we have 5 people we know, I am one of 5 people that I know, and one of us does extremely well.
Yeah.
Okay, extremely well. Let's just say financially. Okay, and I look up to him and I say, you know what? I want to do what you do, so I'm gonna try to do what you do. So it becomes slowly a competition, and within that group, he would be the leader. Let's say he would instinctively think he's the leader. Because, I don't know, he's smart, he got a beautiful girlfriend, maybe he's wealthy, and he's making things, he's the shaker and the baker. And we look up to this person, but I want to do the same as with this person, so I go and work hard. And I get to his level, trying to reach him, he will feel threatened.
And he will work harder, right? He wants to be higher level.
He will be threatened. There's few ways he can resolve that issue. One, he helped me out, okay? It wouldn't to him because he's a great person. He would this is where, let's say, religions come to be. We're the same people. We're just teaching people how to coexist and be peaceful and not to harm one another and respect one another. And eventually we all gotta die. So let's just do our best and whatever happens. Or you feel so threatened, your ego comes to the play, said, okay, I can't match this dude's ability to climb to my position. Matter of fact, he can even surpass me. And you got to understand, you have another 3 people looking up to you. Some of them will fan the flame.
Yeah.
They want to see this happen because they know they can't reach that kind of position, or they don't have the motivation, or they simply here for popcorn and watch a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they fan the flame, and you will see this almost in every group. There's no group I was a part of that I have never seen something like that.
You've been a part of unhealthy groups, my guy.
Every group, was whether it's an internet group or whether like real life groups, there always this harmony. Even if you all face and smiling and all of that, you have this content with that power, because you got to understand, if there's a top, there's a bottom. Correct?
Yeah.
We can agree that there's in the middle too. So where are you in that hierarchy? Are you at the bottom? Are you at the top? Or are you in the middle? You're somewhere. If you're in the middle and you like your position, you just want to stay afloat. You don't care about the top or the bottom. But what happens if the bottom got to the middle? Now you got to be either somewhere in the middle or somewhere at the bottom. Somebody is at the bottom.
Yeah, always at the bottom and somebody's always at top. That
right?
makes sense.
Somebody at the. So when a conflict happens, this conflict, if interest happens, it reshovels the power play. So this is what we have right now. We have all these fights and wars and whatever. It's because of the power play. And they won that conflict. So you got to imagine these in the middle, if they see an opportunity to get to the top because these two fighting to see to the top, they will take it.
They will take it. Yeah.
They will take it. If there's an opportunity for you. I've seen this when I'm going to give you an example. That's a real life example. When I was in Everett High School, I had a bunch of friends, Arab friends. Back then, I didn't understand. I understood English, but I wasn't able to speak it. I had difficulty speaking. I felt insecure about the way I spoke. And so I didn't want to speak, but I understand perfectly to a certain degree. I was within this group, and about 10 knitted group where they know each other, God, for years. And one girl, I never forget, one girl comes into the picture. One guy dates her. And everybody start to have the hots for her. Everybody. Now, I'm looking from the sides. Because I just couldn't connect with the group. I couldn't speak. So my opinion was almost never there. I was the person at the bottom. I didn't care. I was the bottom. I just simply looked. Astaghfirullah, I got this. I'm looking. I was an observer. And I truly liked my position. And I swear, this girl comes into the group, and the harmony in the group, slowly, I see it fracture. This dude has the hots for her. This dude is currently dating her. This dude has the hot for, I don't know, her friend, right? She knows he has the hot for her friends, but she's so a drama queen. She wants him to like her more than her friends because there's a comparison thing with anybody, right? And she's trying to get everybody. She's nice to everybody. She hangs out with everybody. Who are you with? Yeah. So the one who was dating her and the one who had the hot for her, they get to fight over her. And they've known each other Like, I'm not saying like Arab fights, man. They trying to kill each other over her. And they barely know the girl. And I'm in the background just simply observing, right? And I'm eating my popcorn. I'm just minding my own business. And she comes to me. She's trying to involve me in this whole debacle. And have not only seen this, I've seen this a couple of times. Eventually, I tried to talk to them. It's like, dude, you do realize like this doesn't make any sense. You're best friends. You've known each other for such a long time. Why would you fight for a girl you barely known for a month? What's happening here? There's no way it's right. And I find it as if I'm watching a movie. The first time I saw this, I swear to God, I thought it was like some kind of... I didn't think it was real. Like, no, it was real, but I didn't want to accept it. I found it surreal. It's one of these things. It was surreal. And that happened over and over. They eventually kick her out, right? They go back together. The friends go back friends. But after so much fighting, so much... dirty laundry out, they air everybody's laundry because they're best friends and know everything about. You had it hot for this, you watch this kind of porn, they're just thinking about it gives me a headache. Okay, that was just, I thought it was just an Arab thing. No, in Everett High School, it's a molten pot. There's a Russian group, there's a Ukrainians group, there's Africans from different regions from Africa, there's all different groups. So when I went to English class, they would have their own groups, right? And you will see them in high school, you will see them, each group, the Africans, the Arabs, there's different Arabs, by the way, right? Yeah. What else? God, so many different countries. Chinese, Asian, Koreans, they don't mess together. Japanese, right? They don't connect as much, and you will see it like all over, man.
That's all over high school, everywhere.
All over high school. Even after I graduated high school, and after that, I started hanging out with other groups. The same process. So yeah, man. The short story. This is my answer. Way too long, but that's my answer.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it was a good answer. That's perfect timing too.
Wow.
Yeah. Brand new record, bro.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in and listening to our rants, to our
hopefully
plugging after week, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully you stay loyal.
Next week you won't be here.
Next week I'll be here.
You would?
Yeah, I'm leaving on Friday. So it'll be all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, we appreciate you. We care for you. And thank you for listening. This is your boy Cash.
And this is MT.
We signing off.
We had fun in this episode.
Love.
Right in the thick of love. At times we get sick of love. It seems like we argue every day. I know I misbehaved and you've made your mistakes, and we both still got room left to grow. And though love sometimes hurts, I still put you first, and we'll make this thing work. But I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go, 'cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, oh.